Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Back with Mr. Cash Flow. We're going to break down some vocabulary that might be tripping you up. How you doing, David?
I'm well, thanks. I love your new office, by the way.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. I come in and have a good time every day. So thank you.
I see you have my picture over your shoulder there.
Yeah,
wearing the little red bow tie.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah,
Rich.
Younger you. Yeah, but David, thank you for episode 1. You're saving me. Let's just call it 10 grand between friends. That's you're going to be one of my friends if you save me 10 grand. Just so you know,
10 grand per property.
Yeah, per property, so,
or more.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun. But what I thought we should do is break down some vocabulary, right? I have an unfair advantage. I'm a trained accountant, master's degree, been playing in real estate for 20 some odd years. And I understand with some one rental at a time fans reach out, some vocabulary might trip them up. So I thought maybe we should talk about it, acknowledge it, and maybe I can help break it down into simple English.
When we do the study, we're going to need the cost basis of the property, not including land. When we do the estimate, if they don't know that, that's fine. We're just going to assume 20% land. But in California, that may not be even close. We did a study on a property, and it turns out that the cost of the land was 67% of the entire property. So 20% is good for us to use as an estimate. But if you can give me the depreciable cost of the building without land, it's even better. But if you have a tax professional, especially one that is well-versed in real estate, they know how to do that. They'll calculate it for you and they'll give me the number. Mm-hmm. If you don't, you got to figure it out. And it's not that hard. But when I ask people for the cost basis of the property without land, often I get a deer in the headlights look, or I have no idea what that is, or where do I come up with that? So there's an easy way to do it. I thought maybe we could take a little bit of time and I could show you exactly how I go about doing it, and how they can as well.
Absolutely. So let's first, so we definitely share, we're going to educate folks, but I just want to make sure we haven't lost anybody already. First step, why do you need to know this? The tax code lets you depreciate the building, the structure. It does not let you depreciate the land. The land doesn't depreciate. Hence,
as we calculate the depreciation for it, we need to know to take the land out because you can't do anything with that.
Yeah, it's not part of the process. The land is land. There you go. So that's why we are doing this.
And if you go buy a house, you don't know how much of that purchase price is land and how much of that purchase price is building off the top. You don't really need to know until you get ready to start depreciating it.
Exactly. So why don't you go ahead and take it over from here and show some folks how they can get a little closer.
Can I share my screen?
I believe I gave you control. I believe
you did.
Look at that.
Let me find the right thing to share.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Why can't I find it? Oh, hold on a second. I've got to
no problem.
Do a couple of things here real quick.
No problem. So while you pull that up, the other thing, folks, again, remember what we're talking about here. Cost segregation allows you that layered cake analogy from episode 1. If you don't know what a layered cake analogy is, go back and watch episode number 1, where I show you how I'm saving, I think it was $28,000, which ends up being about $10,500 in cold hard cash. Okay, there you go.
Can you see that now?
I can. Thank you.
Okay. So the best way, the quick and dirty, easy way to do it, where it's going to be acceptable to the IRS, because if the IRS comes calling and they say, how did you come up with this land value? You really need to know you did it in a way that is going to be acceptable to them.
Absolutely.
So wherever your property is located, you want to go to the county tax assessor's website, do a property search. They're all there. Come up with your property. I pulled up the county tax assessor's site for a former house of mine.
Okay.
I blocked out the new owner's information because I figured he probably wouldn't want me to share that.
Probably not.
But if you look at this is what it looks like for this particular county. They all look somewhat similar. But if you look, you're going to find a place that shows last year's values. So for this one, the land was worth $33,700. The improvements, which is the building, is $154,500. They put in accessories, which I'm not even sure what that is. And then the total value. What you want to find out is this is not the number, the 33,700 is not the number you want to use for your land. because this total value is probably not what your purchase price was.
Exactly.
So what you want to figure out is the percentage of that total that's
Exactly.
land.
Mhm.
So if you take the land and you divide it by the total value
Mhm.
times 100, because it's percent,
Mhm.
you come up with the land percentage. In this
Mhm.
case, it works out to 17.5%.
Yeah, so let me just do the math, make sure I'm with you. So 33,700 divided by 192, 100. Yep, 17.5.
Okay.
Got it. Perfect.
So then take your purchase price for the property,
Yep, let's say it's 300 grand.
okay,
Okay.
times 17.5% or 0.175.
Mhm.
And that will give you the
50.26.
land value of your property.
Yeah, so I just did that, folks, for you. You can follow along. The $300,000 times 17.5% equals $52,628.84. That is land value, and thus you will only be depreciating roughly $247,372 roughly.
And if I ask you for that depreciable cost basis and you send me, we paid 300,000, the land is worth this much, that's all I need to know. And I can confirm that with our engineers, and then they can have a very accurate number to work from.
Yeah, so let's go back to the top of this screen that you're sharing, because we may have lost people right at the beginning. Folks, every county assessor organization has a site now. It's all public information. Typically,
Absolutely.
you're going to search by what's called an APN number, basically an area parcel number, I believe it is. And that is how you'll find it. You can find the APN on your closing statement. You can find the APN on your tax statements. It is out there. I can't search by address in my location. I don't
Okay,
believe.
I did.
Okay.
So some of them you can, some of them maybe you can't.
And maybe I just did APN because I had them, because I have them all listed. Because again, the APN is on your closing statement and I save those. So maybe I don't know. Maybe I should try to by address. But yeah, again, just go to the county assessors. It's right there for you. Remember, it's going to give you a land value, but that's not it. You want the land value as a percent of property. That gives you a percentage. That times your purchase price. That is what David is asking for when he reaches out to you.
And it's very simple. But for those of you who say, I don't have a tax professional to figure that for me, I do my taxes on TurboTax. If you're going to invest in real estate, and I harp on this pretty much every time we talk, if you're going to invest in real estate, you need to have a tax professional that is well-versed or specializes in real estate, because otherwise you're leaving a lot of money on the table potentially. And what they charge you is not a cost, it's an investment, because they understand how to get you every dollar back on your taxes. And like my dad always said, tax evasion is a crime, tax avoidance is mandatory.
Very cool, David. Thank you very much for all you do for the One Rental at a Time family. If somebody wanted to reach out and engage your service to save some real money, how do you want them to reach out?
They can text me at 770-367-8091, or they can just pick up the phone and call me at 770-224-8504.
Very cool, David. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Michael.